Good morning, gardeners. So, this is Saturday morning, and I decided to come out early and do a quick little garden update for the mid of July. I had done one the other evening, and the cicadas were going so loud that that's all you could hear. So, I decided that I was going to have to come and do it in the morning, and I was going to try to do it on Thursday morning, which was my day off of work during the week. And lo and behold, it was raining, cats and dogs. And we actually got over an inch of rain, as you can see in my gauge. And I haven't emptied it out yet. And so we are going to go ahead and empty it. I just realized that I think the spider had attached his web to that. Oh well, sorry, friend. I'm trying to embrace that spiders are my friends, but I hate spiders. But they are my gardening friends, that is true. So, anyway, I am out here on an early Saturday morning because now the heat is coming in for the next 2 weeks. We are going to finally get that dreaded summer heat. And like we have a heat advisory out for the next, this is Saturday morning, and I think it's clear through Wednesday, as I recall. So, the July heat has arrived and summer is here. So, I just thought I would better come out in the morning and do some of my gardening stuff because it'll be the coolest and we won't have the bugs to deal with, the bug noise, the cicadas. So a little update on the green stalks. Peppers are looking great. These are my serranos. We've got some decent sized ones. And I am just hanging on to them for right now. I mean, they could probably be a pickable size if I wanted to, but I'm waiting. Got a few jalapenos here, and I don't know. I don't think these are like the Megatron, like the big jalapenos. So I think they, maybe I don't know if they're going to grow a whole lot more. But we've got peppers. We've still got a few blooms too. So these are some Jimmy Nardellos. I think that I need to find out when they're ready, if you pick them when they are green or if you wait till they redden up, because I'm just not sure. But we've got several Jimmy Nardellos. And then we've got a bunch of blooms right here on the Sugar Rush peach peppers. I know that these here will actually start turning kind of a peach color, and that's whenever they are actually ready. And then down on my last tier, we have got this little guy is really growing tall. There's a little baby pepper there. This one here is our Hungarian hot wax, and we've got a pepper there and there. So we've got a few. So peppers are definitely doing well right now. They love the heat, so they seem to be doing quite well right now. My herbs are not doing so great right now. I did come through on Thursday after the rain, and I harvested a bunch more of my basil and topped it off. I harvested some of the thyme that was getting kind of out of control, and then I've been noticing these little caterpillars are everywhere, and they were eating my lemon balm. As you can see, there's some damage. I was going to try to find. Here's like what I was noticing. Yeah, and there's more caterpillars down in there, so I don't know. They've just like totally riddled that one. And yeah, they're just everywhere. So I guess I'm going to have to get some BT spray and spray these caterpillars because they are just all over in my herbs. I haven't noticed them up on the basil, but they are everywhere else. And so I did come through and try to get some oregano and some of the actual lemon balm, or not lemon balm, but yeah, lemon balm, because I wanted to try some experimenting with like lemon balm and spearmint tea if I can ever get some of that to come up. So anyway, so that's the situation going on in the green stalk. I'm I'm not sure, they're fuzzy caterpillars, so I'm not sure exactly what kind they are, but they don't look like the cabbage worms. So they definitely, just going to see if I can find this one, because he was, right here he is. Yeah, but there he is, right there. Yeah, so little caterpillars are just loving my herbs. So I don't know, my herbs may be kind of on the downhill side from here on out. I can always try, like I said, to get some BT and spray them and see if that will help. The pollinators really aren't coming up here, so I could probably safely spray without hurting any of the bees. So that may happen, or I may just give up and let them take what they want and just not worry about it. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I mean, I've definitely I at least did get some oregano and some basil. And the thyme, like I don't really care so much about the thyme. Really, I just want to know what kind of little caterpillar he is. Anyway, I'm going to have to look it up, I guess. But that's what I have been dealing with. And so I did, like I said, grabbed a little bit of the lemon balm while I could. And I threw it in the dehydrator just so I could hopefully, because that's what I noticed that they were eating first. So anyway, to update there on that, I'm going to have to do some research to find out what kind of little caterpillars they are. I'm going to take a picture of him here so that I can be able to reference back as I'm doing my research. So I'm not sure. My green beans are doing okay. They are starting to bloom again and putting on a few more blooms, as you can see. So they may have another round of green beans come through. When they grow in the green stalk, what I've noticed, at least for last year, they just kind of come in flushes. Oh, here's one that needs to be picked. So I will take that one. Oops, just topped it off. Oh well, that's all right. So that one was pretty good size. I've just been coming through, and as they are filling out and looking ready, then I will go ahead and pick them. And this is what I did last year. And so sometimes it would just be one or two at a time. But I also just saved them like I'm doing in the freezer bags. And then this year I was able to have enough to can when I added in a few that I had picked early on. So we'll throw this in our little basket. But green beans doing okay. So we're going to go ahead and walk on out to the actual garden. And there's a nice breeze this morning, which is good. And so I've got a bunch of trees over there that block in the early morning. So that makes coming out in the early morning an okay option for gardening. But of course, during the week, whenever I work every day except for Thursdays, it makes it a little hard to get out to the garden because I have long drives to work and I'm like getting ready at this time of day. So let's set down our little basket here and we are just gonna see what's going on in the garden. So here we are. Here's a little update on the little garden. Take a little picture here. I've been trying to take pictures a lot this year just to kind of, oh, there's a honeybee. Yay! Looky there. A honeybee that has pollen on his little legs and feet. Hi, guy. That makes me happy. And then there's a little sweat bee. I don't know if you can see him. But definitely happy about the honeybees. So they are out. Proof right there. Hadn't seen too many. But there's our squash flowers. They are all opened up this morning. And we've got some more white scallop squash going. And I'm not sure what that is all about. That looks... This is gonna die. So I just hope that I can get... Like, that plant is really looking bad. I need to come in here and cut it back and get the yellowing leaves off. I think we've got maybe a little bit of disease coming in on that one. So the squash, I'm just like on the fence on if I want to keep fighting the squash bugs, and or if I just want to let them have at it at this point. I don't know. I mean, it's mid-July and I have been doing pretty good overall, but this side of the bed definitely is getting worse for the wear. But it's still producing, like, like the scallops are still producing. So, and I've got several on here. I don't know if this one got pollinated or not. Some kind of a little buggy on there. But we still got some scallops around that it's producing. Of course, that one actually I think is on the other side. This yellow scallop one, I have not got a single scallop squash off of it yet. It's got some of the female, right down there. We've got a bunch of, but it has not produced a thing. So I don't know. This one here did finally produce a yellow scallop squash, and he's right in there. I haven't taken him yet, but I'm probably going to soon. I thought he might get a little bit bigger. I had my first zucchini that I harvested earlier this week, and I don't think that I'm going to get any more. I don't know. We'll see. This plant is still doing pretty good. We've got some blossoms that are there, and it looks okay. We have got a yellow squash over there. And I don't know if we have, this one right in here is a female, which I think are so cool, of the scallop, because there's the scallop under it. So the scallop squash kind of vine out way more than the zucchini and the yellow squash do. So there's another little yellow squash if that one turns out. So I probably will just come in here and do a little trimming back after the garden tour of these yellowing leaves. Just try to hopefully keep it alive a little bit longer. And I probably will look for some squash bugs and squash bug eggs. I've been out here at least every other day, and when I was out here on Thursday evening, I didn't see any squash bug eggs. And I was looking because I bought a new little tool to help with the squash bugs. The eggs. So I got one of those little butane lighters right here. And so supposedly, I won't unlock it, but supposedly whenever you turn it on and go after the squash bug eggs, it will just kind of crack them and they will burst. But oh yay, there's 2 honeybees down in there. Oh, that makes me so happy. So I just hope that they keep working. I hadn't been out here early in the morning for quite a while, and I hadn't really seen them much in the evenings, but they are here doing their work. So, but I've got 2 of them in there getting in around on the male flowers, and hopefully they just make it around to the female ones and actually pollinate them, because that's what sometimes they aren't open all at the right times for these little guys. All right, green beans, they're looking good. Better actually than they were earlier this week. I thought about fertilizing them, and I probably should, honestly, but I fertilized everything one time, and that was in July, and I have not fertilized since then. So I probably really should fertilize, but I have not yet. For July, I think a lot of people do like about every 2 to 3 weeks ish, and definitely I'm failing on that. I did, well, I don't know if I put any in on these. Here's another green bean that is sized for picking. So we'll take him. I've just been trying to, as I see them, pick them, because now they're like just coming in stages. But you see I've got several blooms again, so I think I'll probably get, here and there we'll get some stragglers in. See this one here, I think I can go ahead and take. It wasn't as big, but I see another one in here. I wasn't really planning on doing green beans, but whenever I see them ready, I go ahead and I pick them and get them ready for the freezer. So, and here's another one. Well, y'all are joining me in on the green bean picking today. It's probably the rain that we got the other day. Whoops, sorry guys. So there we go. There's a little bit of bug damage. I haven't really seen bugs, but there's a little bit of damage. But at this point, I'm not worrying about the beans because they may put on another flush and we'll just kind of let them go. There's another one in here. I think it could maybe get a little bigger. So let's just take a peek what we got in here. Here's another one. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing any green bean picking, but I think I'll just grab a few. Hi guys. Oh, that's what I get for. I think I'll just throw these in my basket there. And actually, maybe that one could get a little bigger, maybe. This one here is pretty fat and starting to curl. Sometimes when they start to curl, I just go ahead and take them because, I just pulled this whole plant up. That's sad. That is sad. Well, in that case, I'll go ahead and take that green bean, as it had a bloom on it, but I guess we will not keep that one around. Let's see. This one here, I had seen this one was curled, and it sure is. We'll take that one, and that one might be okay. Here's one. Wow, I didn't realize that I was going to be green bean picking this morning. So here's another little handful. We'll just add them into the basket. There's the bee. I just love it. Look at him. Look at his little feet. I don't know if you can see that. But he's got pollen on his feet. That is so cool. Oh, here. Oh, come back. Look at the pollen on his feet. Is that not cool? So cool. So cool. Anyway, I know, it's the little things, right? Totally got distracted by the bees again. I just am so happy that they're out here. So, but there's 1, 2, 3, there's at least 3 honeybees. Oh no, there's another one down in there. So there's 4. Looky there. Hi guys. Doing their job. Now just go to the female flowers. Yeah, right over there. Pollinate that one. They're probably cross-pollinating. Actually, that one there is a scallop. So if they went from that one to that little female, so we'll see. We'll see if that one gets pollinated. I hope so. But yay, I'm so happy that the bees are here, because I was nervous that they wouldn't be, because I was trying to grow squash up in my green stock. Let me zoom you back out. Last year, and I just failed at that. I had zucchini and it just was not working. Anyway, we got the early morning workers out here helping with my little garden. They're my little garden genies. Just looking to see if there's any more. Yeah, here's another one. Just kind of looking. Yeah, here's another one. Getting a few more. Sorry guys, this is what happens. This wasn't going to be a harvest video, but sometimes this time of year when you go out to the garden, every day it's a harvest video. Sometimes. So I better just, I think I see another one in here. Yeah, that one's getting pretty big. There's a grasshopper. I think he's the little guy that's doing damage. I would like for him to go bye-bye, but I guess he won't. I guess he can have a few leaves. Got a few more. So while I'm here, yeah, here's some more. Okay. We're going in here. There's another one down in here. And there's one out here on the edge. So we're getting a few more. There's a one down in there. One over here. Yeah. Some of these maybe could get a little bit bigger, but trying to do this one-handed and it's a little bit difficult. Here's another one here. Yeah, is that one? I think that one's ready. Yep. Wow, I didn't realize that I had this many green beans out here. I probably better get them while I'm seeing them. There's a big old bean. We'll take it. Kind of popped off. It doesn't look as good, but we'll take it. I must have missed that one because that one's super big. Super duper big. Okay. Well, I think maybe I'm going to take this one too. Okay. Wow. Was not expecting to have that whole little pile of green beans. But yay, we do. Okay. Now let's go on to the rest of the garden. So sorry that I had a little green bean harvest picking with me. But that's what happens. And then here's my next round of green beans. So these I planted, let's see, almost a week ago because it was last Sunday and this is now Saturday morning. And we got pretty good germination rates, it looks like. I could maybe pop another seed in, like right in there. And maybe one like right in that area. But overall, they've come up pretty good. And so I may or may not worry about adding another seed or two in because there's not a lot of blank spots. So overall, doing pretty good. So my cukies, here's one here going. I've been kind of just getting them here and there. Not a lot. There's some down there. I'll make it. It's just kind of produced a few here and there. I think the heat here is probably really going to slow it down, and it's okay. Like if I'm going to do like cucumbers, probably like in the future, I think what I may do is, these are a pickling size, which is what I want, but I probably will grab them like when they're smaller, like that size. And I may try doing some like refrigerator pickles or fermenting them. I'm thinking that that's maybe what I will do. Oh, I've been missing this one. Let's take this one, guys. This one is definitely ready for going. I didn't even know he was there. We'll take him. See? Harvest. He's just been hanging out there, and I totally have been missing him. So let's make sure. This one's maybe a little bigger than. I actually have 3 in the refrigerator, so I may actually try fermenting some. We'll add this little guy into the basket. I may try I may try fermenting some, is what I meant to say. Because I have like 3 inside. I'm just kind of curious, so I may try that. This is my celery, and I guess it's doing okay. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to get the stalks a little bigger, and they aren't real super big, but anyway, it's celery. And then my kohlrabi is definitely has bulbed up there, so that's exciting. This one here doesn't really seem to be bulbing up too much, but a little bit. This one here, this purple one back in here, is maybe doing it a little bit. So the worms, definitely the cabbage worms, really got to all of these. I did spray them, but oh, here's here's 3 more on that one. So I'm gonna have to definitely. It's so hard to keep up. And then there's 3 more on that one. There's a little one on that one. So I'm gonna have to come out here with my. I was just hoping to like just get one kohlrabi to try, but I'm probably gonna have to just wait and do it this fall. So let's go over here. I think I'm going to pull out my cabbages because that's got a firm head. That one, I don't know, maybe not so much, but that one has got a firm head. I know they're not super huge, but I'm afraid with this heat that we are getting ready to experience that. And besides that, all the bugs, the cabbage worms, I'm just afraid that we're going to be losing the cabbage. And so I think that I may end up harvesting them this morning. Oh, and I got my first Amish paste that is blushing. See, this is what happens when I come out to the garden. And it's been a couple days, so there we are. What is this? It's a mushroom. Here we go. There's a mushroom growing up down there. That's crazy. So we got more of the cabbage worms in on the Brussels sprouts, and I honestly don't even care if they. I think I'm giving up on growing Brussels sprouts. They are not easy for me to grow, and I think I am just gonna give it up. That's what I think. So, my cantaloupes, I've got 4 cantaloupes. So there's one there, one back there, and I got them in their little cradles that I bought off of Amazon to get them up off the ground. And we got one there, and I thought I had another one. Yep, right over in there. It's another one. And I don't see any others that have. We've got a few that like has little bulbs, but I don't think I have any others. So I don't know that we're going to get any more than 4, but I am totally happy if those 4 actually make I will be thrilled. And we've got stuff vining up, but I don't think any of that has gotten pollinated. So, but my Amish paste tomatoes are looking pretty good. And this one here is huge. Look how ginormous this one is compared to my hand. You can kind of see he's a big one. He's a big one. We got my yellow slicers going in there, the sun rays. I've been curious about them. We got some broccoli that's, I'm just gonna, it's going, it's flowering out. I never was able to get it. I actually, this one here hasn't flowered, so I think what I'm gonna do is come out and grab it and have one little tiny head of broccoli. So, oh, and we got some of the Romanesco cauliflower. I didn't think any of that was gonna do anything, but it actually is. So the Romanesco like comes up like that. It's not like a traditional cauliflower. It comes up and it's green, but it's not really heading up. This is not the season, I know, to grow all the brassicas, but here we are growing them anyway. And hey, I mean, it's an experiment. At least I got, a tiny little bit of broccoli, and I probably could have actually harvested this before it went to, trying to flower out, and it would have been okay. But I need to just pull these plants out. The worms are getting, that poor broccoli plant is just riddled. So I probably need to come and get it, because like I said, this heat this week is going to be brutal with all those heat indices of like over 100. So tomatoes, we got Romas, and more Romas. When they all come on, I'm going to be having lots of tomatoes. I mean, not when they all come on, but when they start to ripen. So there's just a lot of them in here. And then these are the Ace 55s. And they kind of are a semi-determinate. And I almost smell like natural gas. Not sure why. I'm way out here in the garden and I shouldn't be smelling anything that resembles natural gas, but I am. So I'm not sure where it's coming from, unless it's coming from a house nearby. The wind is blowing, so I don't know. Anyway, sorry, sidetracked. These are more tomatoes. These are sweeties. I thought that this one was a sweetie, but I'm not sure that it is. I think it's a Roma, because these don't look like a cherry tomato. So I am not sure what that is. But that's a sweetie. That I know, because it's cherries. And I thought this was going to be a cherry, but it does not look like a cherry tomato, unless it's like a grape tomato or something like that with a little bit. So I don't know what that one is. I truly don't. I'm tempted to come in and grab these Romas before the bugs get them. So thinking about doing that, because I can throw them in my freezer. And so there's more that are blushing down there. I need to come and harvest a bunch of my yellow cherry tomatoes. These are the best. These are the gold sun golds. They're my favorite, and they are delicious. There's a little handful of them. Okay, let me see if I can hold you guys and then try to go in with my right hand here. Just popping them in my hand, but let me see, because there's a few more that need to come out. I knew that they were going to be coming on. Try to grab them. That one there, I'll go ahead and take. And the rest of them are kind of still. So now I need to take these over to my basket. Got a handful of these, and I probably could come back and grab some of those. And then these here, actually, there's a few more. These are the gold nuggets. So the gold nuggets and the sweeties, they just taste like tomatoes to me, like cherry tomatoes. But the sun golds are so good. So I'm gonna stick the sun golds in there to kind of keep them separated. And then we will go through. This is the mystery tomato. It's starting to blush. It looks like a red tomato. So that's probably an acre 55, or not acre, but Ace 55. These right here get huge. Oh, I'm gonna have to prop that one up because it is now leaning over thanks to the weight of these little tomatoes. Let's see. That one probably, we'll let it ripen up a little bit more, and I think we'll let those, so I'll have to come back out. But here's a handful of those. Let me go grab this little sweetie, because it is, I thought that this was a cherry, like an orange or yellow style tomato, and then I do realize that they do get redder as they stay on the vine. So we'll go ahead and take some of those and let the others try to ripen up. Oh no! You lost a tomato. How sad. It must have fallen off, and here we go. So let's add a few more things to our basket. Oh, man, I should have had a harvest basket. But let me go and fix this little guy. I use this little twist tie stuff a lot to try to try to hold up my stuff. Let me see if I can just sit you guys down on the ground for a second. So sorry, but I gotta fix my tomato plant and get him held back up there. Okay, there we go. I just put a little twist tie to hold him up because he was getting weighted down. So why don't I go ahead and grab my little things to cut with, because I think I'm going to try to go ahead and harvest some of these Romas. So I know you guys can't even see me. I am so sorry, but I almost need two hands to do this. So let's see here. I just don't want to lose anything because I'm really wanting to make spaghetti sauce this year. So definitely kind of want to capture these that are ripening up. Perfect. So there we go. 4 Romas here. Let me go put them back. I should just grab my basket and bring it back. I truly was not anticipating having harvest. I think I'm just going to grab it so that we don't have to keep walking back and forth. There's some more Romas that are blushing down there. I think I'll let them go a little bit longer, but there was some right up here. And then I had noticed an Amish paste or two. So let's see if I can prop you guys up in here. If that, can you see any better in here? Maybe a little bit. Okay. All right. So 3 more Romas that we're going to add in. And, oh, my basket's getting heavy. I think I might go ahead and grab this one too. Let's see if I can do this with you guys still in my hand. There we go. Welcome to the tomato jungle. And let's see here. These are blushing. So I think let's see. I'm bringing y'all in. I just realized that I had paused you guys, so I don't even know how long I had paused you for, but I feel like it was while I was getting tomatoes and picking tomatoes. So, update, I don't know where y'all saw, but I ended up go ahead and picking a bunch of those Romas so they can finish ripening on up inside because they look good and I don't want to, I don't want them to crack or anything like that. So I went ahead and picked them. We have got the okra update. We haven't got okra to form quite yet, but we do have some possibly little okras right in here. I don't know. That may be some okra forming. I've not grown okra, so I'm not sure. That might be some okra right in there. That would be cool. My Dr. Witchies is right in there, and it just... There's another one. Where did it go? Where's that one? Oh, right in there is the other Dr. Witchies. But I'm just waiting, anxiously waiting. The Amish paste back here is doing okay. And the Sunray, this is the Amish paste back here. Nope, that's the Sunray. I was right. And then several more little golden nuggets. And then the mystery tomato is starting to turn red. So, like I said, I think this might be an Ace 55, but I'm not sure. So, this is Tomato Row and the garden update for mid-July. We saw the bees out here working. They're still working, doing their thing. All the tomatoes. Went ahead and picked several of them. And I think I'm going to end up picking... I'm going to go ahead and take this little broccoli just for the fun of it. So y'all are coming in here. Maybe I can just snap it. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and take this broccoli before it... Sorry, I had my shears in front of you. I'm going to go ahead and take that broccoli because I don't want it to go to seed, and it probably will in this heat coming up. So I know it's super tiny, but I'm going to take it anyway because it's the first one that actually turned out and didn't go right to seed. So we're just going to put that little tiny shoot in there. And then I'm really, really thinking that I'm going to pull my cabbage. So this head here in the middle is a little bit, well, it's pretty firm actually when I press in on there. That one is, I know they're not super huge, but I just don't want them to go and start flowering and go to seed. And I'm afraid that's what's going to do this. That's what's going to happen this week. So I'm really thinking about pulling them out and maybe making some sauerkraut with them. I think I have everything that I need to do it because I bought all the fermenting stuff, like the airlock lids and stuff like that. I bought them last year because I was going to try. So I am thinking that I might just go ahead and pull these babies because I don't know if they're going to get much bigger, honestly. And the heads feel firm. And so I just think, honestly, that we're just going to take them because of that. This little thing is not on its cradle, but it kind of is. Okay. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take the cabbage. Should I? I think I am. Because I don't want to lose them. And this one here needs tied up. Just now realized that. So let me go get on my garden gloves and we are gonna get the cabbage, I think. I think that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna do it, and then I need a little twist tie. So let me set you guys down here. Sorry that this video is so wonky, like not very steady, but I wasn't anticipating harvesting stuff today, but here we are. And I had a freezer on order. Oops, grab the green bean out because I know that my tomatoes are going to be coming in and I'm going to need freezer space to be able to then get them ready for processing. So, and then also in anticipation of getting some beef with my family. We are trying to find a place around locally to get probably a whole beef between us because there's my parents, me, my brother, his family, and then my sister and her family. So I think we probably would end up with like a quarter a piece, maybe. I don't know if my parents want all of it, but that's what I'm thinking, is that we would get a whole cow and kind of take a quarter of it a piece. So, okay, guys. I don't have the right holder to... I should just start bringing that other one with me because it has the right kind of stand to be able to grab stuff. So I'm just going to have to sit you down and you're going to get a little view of the garden while I tie this tomato plant up. To give him some support. Okay, that should help him. And then I'm going in after the cabbage, you guys. So there's my first cabbage. Gotta just set these down. So, yay. I got my cabbages pulled. Woo! Okay. So I went ahead and got my cabbages pulled, and I'm just gonna leave that there, and I will probably plant for fall. Hopefully, if my seedlings make it, I will end up probably either planting some cabbage in there again or some broccoli or cauliflowers. We'll see. Okay, guys, I think we are going to call this the end of the garden tour. And I wasn't really anticipating it being a garden harvest tour as well, but lo and behold, that's what happens when you come out to the garden in July. Oh, there's a big old bumblebee down at my flowers. Welcome to the garden. So here's my little harvest for today. All my little goodies there, and then my three cabbages. So fun. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm going to try to do a little squash bug egg hunting. See if I see any squash bugs. I may trim up some of these yellowing leaves just to get the bed looking a little bit better. And then that is it, guys. That is the garden for mid-July. Soon we're going to have tomatoes running out our ears. I can't wait so that I can make, hopefully, spaghetti sauce. That's my plan. And maybe some salsa and other things too. All right, friends, I will see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.